Stella with an e-collar technologies mini educator. She learned all her commands on the prong collar over the past couple days, and now I'm going to go ahead and transfer those commands that she knows onto the e-collar. So we're using the lowest level that she can feel, which right now I have it on 4. Your dog will be different. Basically, you want to press the button, just tap it when the dog's not really paying attention, and when you see any kind of like blinking, an ear twitch, a dog just being a little confused, you don't want any kind of major reaction. You just want a very slight sense that the dog is noticing it. It might be a little twitch of the neck, it might be the dog laying down when it was standing, just a little sign that they can feel it. So if I press it, she may not be feeling it on 4. Let me go up just a little bit. Okay, so that, she felt it, but I want to go down a little. I don't want it to be so obvious. So I turn it down, and right now I'm on 5, and I feel good about that number. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with her. Let's go. Good girl. So I don't want to rush right onto it. What I'm gonna be doing is giving the command verbally, simultaneously pressing and holding on continuous on the remote, walking forward, stopping with my body, and releasing this as soon as she has all 4 paws on it. And then I'm also going to release her from the command right away. So this is something that I've been doing recently, is just kind of releasing immediately as soon as the dog gets it. So I'm going to say, place, break, go girl. She went a little overboard, she went a little past it. So I'm going to dial down a little bit. Here, good. And I'm going to do it again. This time I'm not going to let her rush off. Place, break. Good girl. And I'm using food. You don't have to use food. Place, break. Good girl. Nope. Place, break. Good girl. Okay, so I think she's getting it. She already knows the command, so now I'm going to lengthen the amount of time before I give her the release word. But I'm still coming off the button as soon as she gets up there. Stella. Not sure, she wants to jump on there, but I need her to listen for the command first. So you can't just rush on, you have to wait for that command. Now, I'm also, she's a little panicky, so I'm going down on the remote. Sometimes as you start working, the dogs become more sensitive. They're more aware of the stim from the e-collar, and you need to turn it down a little bit if that's happening. So I'm on 3 right now. Place. Good. Break. Good girl. I'm going to come around and go from a different angle. I don't want it to always be the exact same side. Place. Good. Girl. Break. Place. Good. Break. Place. Good. Now, place. So when she stepped off, I reapplied the stim while her feet were off the cot, and then as soon as she got them back on, I released the pressure from the e-collar. So it's sort of like if you step off, it's kind of like that hot lava game that some kids play. The floor is all hot lava basically. As soon as their foot's on the floor, pressure, lead them back onto it with some leash pressure, and then release the button. Break. Good girl. Let's go. Good. Place. Good. Break. Let's go. Place. Good. Good girl. Break. Let's go. Good. Place. Make it just a little more challenging for her. Let's go. Good girl. This time I'm not going to stop my body when I get up next to the cot. So I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to continue walking. If she steps off, I'll reapply the pressure and guide her back. Good. Place. Yes. Good girl. So I couldn't trick her. She stayed right on. Break. Good girl. Oops. Place. Good. Didn't step off. That was good. Break. Good girl. No, we're not rushing on. Come on. Stella. Break. Okay, I don't want her rushing on because I want her waiting for the e-collar sensation and the command before she goes on. Place. Good. Good job. Break. Good girl. Place. Nope. Place. Reapply the stem. A little leash guidance back on. Good. Let's go. Good girl. Place. Break. Good girl. Place. And now I'm going to start dropping the leash. Sorry, it's on here. On your eye there. Dropping the leash also. So that adds the challenge a little more. Like a little upset. Ups the challenge a little more. Good girl. Break. Let's go. Come out from a different angle. Place. Good. Okay, so now the next step, once your dog is really good with this, is going to be adding in more distractions. So you're going to be doing some knocking, dog stays on, you can say yes and give some food. You can try leaving the room. Your dog doesn't get up. And then coming back and paying them for a job well done, staying on there. If your dog gets up, you can say no. And when you get a little further, after practicing this for a little while, you can start using corrections. So if the dog steps off, it's going to be a quick no verbally, and then a tap of the button at a slightly higher level, and then guide them back on with a leash. Then eventually you won't need the leash anymore, and you can just use the remote only. But in the beginning, you want to keep the leash on so you have a way to give them some guidance. They're not sure about all this yet, so it's really important that you guide them through it slowly. I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of correcting with her right now. It will just be this walking pass-bys. If she steps off, I'll just apply low-level continuous leash guidance back up, repeat the command, and then lots and lots of that practice. So that's it, guys. I hope that helps with e-collar place command. It's a way to get started in layering the e-collar over the commands your dog learned on the prong collar first.